In Irish mythology, this weekend marks the midpoint between...
Power on.
Yes, I am. This weekend marks the midpoint between the summer solstice and the autumn equinox. And in Irish mythology, we celebrate Lughnasadh. And the god Lugh created this festival to honor his foster mother. And I love this. To honor his foster mother, Talchu. Now, if you don't know anything about Irish spelling, that is how you pronounce it. It's not how it looks in English. And Talchu is the one who cleared the lands so we could plant crops and harvest and have agriculture. And so Lugh created this festival to celebrate his foster mother, and I love that. First of all, I love foster mothers. And I love when children celebrate their caregivers. Now, Lugh is known for one of his titles, and this one I do have to look up the pronunciation. One of his titles is Savaldonic, and that means many-skilled, he who has many skills. And he was a warrior, and a lot of people like to focus on that, and also a poet, and a musician, and a master craftsman. He had so many skills, and this festival is about celebrating all of that. And it's about taking a break, a pause. So we often celebrate the planting season. It's spring, it's time to plant seeds, it's time to do all of that. And then we're like, it's the big harvest in autumn, and we celebrate that. And if we listen to the wheel of the year, we can hear that there's an invitation in midsummer, an invitation between the spring solstice and the autumn equinox. There's a time to pause and celebrate the abundance that has come at this point. We're not complete. We haven't done all the work. But we can stop and take a breath and celebrate what has come to fruition thus far. So one of my favorite fruits of the season is blueberries. Another one of my favorite things is bread. Anyone else? Bread. So when the Catholics wanted to, we'll say, rein in the people and connect Catholicism with what the people were already doing, they are the ones who introduced taking the first harvest of grain and taking some of that first bushel and creating a loaf of bread, and that's the bread that we break together during this festival. I did not harvest any grain, I did not bake any bread, but I bought it from somebody who did. Same with the blueberries. I did not harvest them, but I bought them from somebody who did. So later on, we're going to do a ritual here together, and for those of you who are joining us online, you can participate by grabbing any kind of food, a piece of bread, a cracker, a piece of fruit. It can be anything. It's symbology here. So go ahead and get that ready. And also a piece of paper and something to write with. So one of the things that we do in our culture here is we overproduce and we overperform and we overwork. Can anyone relate to that? And tapping into the wheel of the year and tapping into seasons isn't about worshiping the season. It's about tapping into the natural cycle, the natural flow, and celebrating that God is as much out there in nature and as much in the animals and their cycles as much as God is in me, as much as God is in you. And when we tap into the wheel of the year, we can use nature to give us clues as to what can I be looking at today? What can I be exploring in myself today? And this midpoint of summer is our time to take a pause and look at where we are and what we've become at this point, and to recognize that we're not complete. There's more work to be done. Anybody? There's more work to be done. But let's take a pause and celebrate where we are today. So think about where you were a year ago in August. What were you doing? What did you believe? Did you have limitations that you've since overcome? Did you have obstacles that you've since gotten around? Did you have things in your life that you've since let go because they no longer served you? Have you grown? Have you learned? Have you evolved? Did you set a goal to be kind and you were kind? Did you set a goal to learn about people who are different than you and your heart grew in compassion? All of those are harvests. All of those are inner fruits. I like to my close friends, I understand I can be a lot. One of my friends said recently, we were FaceTiming, and I can't even remember how the topic came up, but I started, questioning her. Well, have you looked at this? Have you thought of that? And she's like, oh, you're Sarah Phillipsing me. And I understand it can be a lot. But one of the things that I'm all about is growing and evolving and learning and bettering myself. I have a personal goal. Maybe it's different than a lot of people, but I want to be like Jesus. I want to be so solid in my belief that there's nothing you can do that'll knock me off my center. I want to be so in tune with divinity that my life is miraculous. I want to walk around living a mystical life. And it can be a lot. So I like to tap in to life around me. And the wheel of the year is a beautiful way to do that. So I don't know if I'm ready, but if you guys can do that. All right. So the wheel of the year reminds us 4 things. It reminds us to notice our harvests, and that's what we just talked about, the way we've grown, the things we've learned, the ways we've bettered ourselves, the parts of life that don't serve us well and we've let them go. All of those are the harvests of life. So that's 1. 2, it also reminds us to pause for gratitude. And in Unity, gratitude is a big part of our teachings, and it's part of our the Unity prayer process. Gratitude is one of the steps in our prayer, in affirmative prayer. So the wheel of the year can teach us to pause and be grateful even before the task is complete. There's a woman, her name is Tia, that I follow online, and she kind of got internet famous when she bought a house for $1, and this house was dilapidated. It was really bad, which is why she got it for $1. And she renovated it and fixed the roof and fixed the walls and ripped up all the moldy stuff and totally redid it. And she filmed it and posted it online, her process. And one thing I love about her is she'll sit back in her overalls and she'll look at, and she's like, "Doesn't that look great?" And I think of her, and whenever she comes to mind, I kind of have tied that, thoughts of her, I've tied it to reminding myself to be grateful and to pause and look at where I am in this moment. I might not be complete, but I can be grateful for where I am in my process. Oh, and the third thing is to recognize our own gifts and skills. So this is, Lou, it's not about being prideful, but it's about recognizing our own skills, our own gifts, and not those that we were born with, but those that we have nurtured and developed. Think of a fine craftsman that the god Lu was, right? And he didn't get that way, well, he was a god, maybe he did. But the average person doesn't get that way without practice, right? It's practice and honing our skills. So at this point in the year, it reminds us, again, not in a prideful way, but in a way that we can look at what we've done and we can be like Tia and say, "Wow, that looks great. Wow, that looks great. Wow, look what I've accomplished. I recognize that and I can celebrate it." People get confused about what humility is. At work, we can say, let's assess where we are in this work project, and we can celebrate where we are, and we can celebrate everything we've done. But on a personal level, we think there's something shameful about looking at ourselves and feeling good about what we've done. And we say, have humility, be humble. Don't say you're great. Jesus walked around and said, "The Father and I are one." How much more great can you be? I am one with God. Humility is not about ignoring such things, but it's about recognizing where our gifts and our bounty comes from. It's about recognizing that when I do great things, that does not put me above or below you. When I recognize my own bright light, that does not mean my light is better or worse than you. That's what humility is. It's seeing my own light and seeing that you have a light too. And there's no hierarchy of value. I believe that part of our, one of our obstacles, one of the common obstacles of life is we're constantly told, be your best, but don't talk about it. Be your best, but don't admit it. Be your best, but be little too. Be small. Be big, but not too big. Be great, but not too great. Let's be big. Let's take up a lot of space. Let's be wonderful. Let's be vibrant. Let's be ourselves. Be authentic. And that's beautiful and wonderful. And anybody who says, well, if you're a little too much, or you're Sarah Phillipsing too much, you just say, you're welcome. You're welcome for that. So we're going to do a couple of things. So pay attention, because this is instructions of what you all have to do. Well, you don't have to. You can always pass. But what I'd like you to participate in is, in our ritual today, is you're going to come up the center, and then when you leave the table, you're going to go out that way so we don't have traffic jams. You're going to come up the center. Our prayer chaplain will hand you a napkin. I will hand you a piece of bread, and then you can pick up a cup of berries and go back. And it's so delicious, and the bread smells so good, but don't eat it right away. Go back to your seat. And what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your seat, and when you feel so moved, we'll have some beautiful music playing while this happens, soft music, and when you go back to your seat, consume the bounty. Think about the harvests in your own life and in your own self. Think about how far you've come. Not that you're complete, but at this moment in time, how bountiful and abundant life is for you. And you might feel that there's some lack in your life, and you're like, yeah, I got some lack over here. Okay, that's because we're not complete yet, all right? But there is something of abundance in our lives. Even if it's bread and blueberries. Maybe it's friends. Maybe you've nurtured a quality, appreciation and gratitude, compassion or generosity. As you consume the bread and berries, think about your own bounty, your own harvest. And then we have a couple of questions that will be up here, statements that will be up here. And you can use these statements on your card, or you can make up your own. And really, it's an affirmation. This season has brought me X. This season has helped me become more compassionate, whatever it is for you. And you should have 2 cards. If you don't, raise your hand and our ushers will take care of you. 2 cards and something to write with. And you got 2 cards because I would love for you to share with the community your bounty. So you're going to write the exact same thing on both cards. One is for you to take home, and one is for you to leave with us. I didn't figure out those logistics yet. We'll figure it out. We're grown-ups. We can figure it out. We'll collect them somehow. And we're going to post them, and we're going to see what is the bounty of this community? What qualities are alive here? What harvests are being reaped now? That sounds good? Y'all know what to do? All right, let me see if I forgot anything. I think I did. Oh, I told you there were 4 things and I only told you 3. The last one is that this season and this festival reminds us is to harvest what has ripened and release what hasn't. Have you ever tried to do something and then it didn't work out? Right? And some of us just keep trying, and it just keeps not working out. So we keep trying, and it keeps not working out. So we keep trying some more. And we have a hard time letting go. And it could be we've invested so much. I can't let this go now. I've been working on this for 3 years. I can't let it go now. I wasted my 3 years. So I know I'll waste 3 more. Or some of us are so worried about things not working out that we either don't try or we half try. We'll try a little bit because I'm afraid it won't work out, so I won't go all in. But think about a garden. We plant our seeds. Well, the gardeners plant the seeds, and a good percentage of them grow and come to fruition. A good percentage of them, but a lot of them don't. And imagine a gardener spending all their time and energy on those 3 that didn't grow. What would happen to all of the rest? Neglect. And so if we can think of our own lives in that way, it becomes maybe a little easier to let go of that which is not working. Let go of that. And we put in some effort. We gave it a good try. We dug the hole. We planted the seed. We covered it up. We gave it water. We let it have sunlight. We loved it. We gave it affirmations. We told it we loved it and we wanted it to grow and live a happy green life. And we did all of those things and it didn't grow. We can let that one go and focus on the others and praise them for living their happy green life. If you've been upstairs and you've seen the forest of plants, those came from Jeff and my house, and you can tell the ones that we love the most because they are the most vibrant. And there's one plant that every time I walk by it, I dance with it and if somebody sees me, they're like, oh my gosh, she just ran into that plant. I didn't run into it. I'm loving it and I'm appreciating it for being there and being so beautiful and green and lush. And what if we could do that with our inner bounty? Just touch it and love it and appreciate it and acknowledge it. Oh, thank you for being so lush. Oh my gosh, I used to get so angry at whatever, and now there's less of that. I'm lush in peace. Yay! Thank you for being so lush. Peace. Lushly peaceful. Ooh, I like that. That's my new phrase. I am lushly peaceful. That's beautiful. All right. So just bring to mind the bounty of your own life. And think of that. And we're gonna, don't write yet, you're not gonna eat when you come up here either. You're gonna come up here, you're gonna get your things, you're gonna go back to your seat, you're gonna get introspective, you're gonna listen to the soft music, you're gonna consume the food and think of your own bounty, and then put on your 2 cards the exact same thing. One's for you, one's for UBB. You can use, it'll be there, I promise. You can use those starter statements or come up with something on your own. Are you guys ready? Notice what has grown, celebrate what has ripened, share your abundance, and trust in this and the next season. Notice what has ripened. Celebrate it, share it, and trust. Notice, celebrate, share, and trust. If you are joining us online and would like to share what you've written down, send it to us in an email and we will post it with all the others. You can send that to admin@unitybythebay.org. Some of us find it easier to celebrate other people and to see the light in the great works of other people and to forgive other people. But when we can forgive ourselves, when we can recognize our own growth and evolution, when we can acknowledge the bounty that is within us and all around us, we can tap into the vibrancy of life. So let's go forward in this season and embrace what we can in midsummer. Embrace the bounty that is within and without. Embrace. And trust that the next season will come and we will do what is ours to do then. Namaste. you.